Ladies and gentlemen, and now, please welcome, making his entrance, Kingsley Ajunwa.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Hugo mentioned, Kingsley Ajunwa is the son of the great Nigerian athlete, Chioma Ajunwa. As a matter of fact, the only Nigerian to have a gold medal in a single event at the Olympics. Greatness is in his DNA. Can he follow in the footsteps of greatness? Because he already has that in his heritage. Is that a possibility for Kingsley Ajunwa?
I mean, just like his mother, he's also a product of the Nigerian police force. This kid is a national kickboxing champion already. He's a national Kung Fu Wushu Sanda champion already at lightweight division. And he definitely has a lot of promise, a lot of potential. He's definitely highly talented, highly gifted. And he comes with a very good pedigree. But I mean, this is the African Knockout Championship. This is the next level. And this is his debut as well. And if you don't swim with the sharks, you definitely get eaten up or you sink.
Yeah, indeed, if you're not ready to swim with the sharks, don't jump in the pool or in the ocean. But this young man looks like he's ready to go. He is primed. He looks in tremendous shape. But we said this, we've seen how his fellow Nigerian, folded under pressure in the very first bout we had. You feel it's going to happen to him as well tonight?
Oh boy, who knows, who knows. This kid, he also trains with Jibrin Inua by the Black Venom. And if you know anything about his coach, Jibrin leaves no stone unturned. So I'm sure this boy would have been well drilled by a very experienced fighter in the African Knockout Championship. So I'm sure he would have done his homework.
A lot on the line, and hopefully he can make his family proud as he makes his way into the African Knockout Championship cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, making his entrance, Emmanuel Nworie.
It is Emmanuel Nworie, as well as he's called the Walking Machine. He's from Lagos, Amoeko, and he is looking to improve his record of 3 wins and 2 losses. He's coming up against more or less a novice. We're fighting against a debutant. He's been here before, he's done it before. Do you feel he should be cautious, or can he use the experience he has gathered from being in the African Knockout Championship to make a difference tonight?
To be honest, Emmanuel Nworie has been here for a little while, He's much a staple himself, and very experienced, but a bit inconsistent with his record, like we could tell from the stats there. But he's very experienced, and he's such a good wrestler. And we're definitely sure this fight is going to end up in the ground, So I just hope Kingsley Ajunwa, coming with all that pedigree and his last name, I just hope he can deal with what's going to be put in front of him in the fashion of the walking machine, Emmanuel Nworie.
Hugo, I have to ask you that, we had an unexpected early finish in our first fight, to be honest. We didn't see that coming. 1 minute and 6 seconds was all it took for Mataya to defeat, Oluwadamilare. But do you feel that this could be an early finish, or could this go the distance?
To be honest, I don't know, and I wouldn't want to call too early. But the last fight was textbook jiu-jitsu. That was very good jiu-jitsu, not just wrestling. So Emmanuel Nworie is known to be very much a wrestler, and I don't know if he has this submission to this game.
Well, we're looking forward to what promises to be an exciting one right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 3 rounds of 5 minutes each action in the AKO Championship Lightweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner is a kickboxer and a Muay Thai fighter with a professional MMA record of 0 wins and 1 loss. Fighting out of Imo State, Nigeria, Kingsley Ajunwa. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, is a wrestler with a professional MMA record of 3 wins and 2 losses. Fighting out of Lagos State, Nigeria, Emmanuel Nworie. Our referee at the center of the ring is Austin Joda.
Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you want to. Back to your corners.
This is going to be exciting, Hugo, because you have Kingsley Ajunwa, who is more or less an unknown factor here. Yet to see what he can offer. 27 years of age, both of them. Height advantage slightly for Kingsley, and of course the reach advantage as well for Kingsley.
Are you ready?
But in the fight, it's about how much of a fight you have rather than your physical advantages.
And yeah, Kingsley has 1 loss on his MMA record, and you wouldn't believe who that loss is to. It's to Cornell Thompson. Well, so I know he's not the most experienced fighter, but I mean that's a baptism by fire. You know, he's fought a really experienced and good fighter. So I'm sure he knows where he's lacking in his game. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of work he's done on himself.
Now, of course, Ajunwa, representing Nigeria, is fighting from the blue corner with the white trunks, while you know, Nworie, who just had his first takedown of this round, is fighting from the red corner in the black trunks. And already we've seen this so many times in mixed martial arts, when a fighter seems to be having the advantage, in striking, the other opponent says, okay, let's take it to the ground and let's make it dirty.
I'm not surprised. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Like we did say earlier, Emmanuel Nworie, the walking machine,
yeah, don't pull the shot,
very much known for his wrestling.
His wrestling, yes.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised after he saw 1 or 2 kicks to his head, he just thought, you know what, I'm going to shoot for a takedown. But he finds himself in some sort of guillotine situation here, and it seems pretty sunk in both men going for a guillotine.
I have to be honest with you, both of them have it synced in. However, what is remarkable about this is that for Kingsley Ajunwa, who we spoke about, the fact that he's a kickboxing champion, a national kickboxing champion, he seems to be holding his own very well in the grapple game.
Well, so far so good. He needs to keep Emmanuel's right leg where he has it in some sort of half guard or full guard, and he might find some success with this guillotine. But if Emmanuel is able to pass into side, he's going to find himself in a lot of trouble.
And of course, like you mentioned, I guess you have to try and prevent that from happening, and both of them are back in the vertical base. The crowd are appreciating what they're seeing so far, and all action starts to the first round. And a beautiful takedown there by Nworie.
Beautiful double leg.
A lovely takedown there by Nworie.
Side control as well. You know, it was such a beautiful setup, and straight into a dominant position. He's looking for the mount here, but he keeps on leaving his head in a compromised position, you know, and Ajunwa keeps on fishing for this guillotine, and if he can put his right leg in the right position, he might just get it.
Well, from what we can clearly see, it seems as if Nworie has the advantage, and the elbows are coming in now. How can Ajunwa prevent more damage coming his way in this position, because he's at a disadvantage at this point?
Well, he's shrimping to the wrong side, that's for one. He should be on his right shoulder, and he should maintain that half guard, and then he can go for the underhooks. But it seems to have worked out for him, but he's compromised and giving Emmanuel his back.
Exactly, I was going to say that he put his back to another takedown. A lovely takedown. That is a beautiful takedown by Nworie, and if we are being honest on the balance of things in this first round, it seems as if Nworie has the better of the exchanges, Hugo.
So far, he's in control of the fight. He has the fight where he wants it.
And from what we can see, it's a bit of a ground and pound now from Nworie, and Kingsley has to cover up, and he has to ensure that he can escape this situation.
He has himself in some sort of reverse triangle position here. If only he knows what he's doing. You know, it's there he is. He's lost it. I think he needs to shrink onto his right shoulder and start fishing for some underhooks.
Nworie obviously clearly establishing his strength and dominance, and to be honest, some of those strikes are actually seeping in. It doesn't seem like a lot, but they are causing damage here, Hugo. And my goodness, Ajunwa has given his back to Nworie, not the best position, Hugo, and it seems like Ajunwa is in trouble.
Well, definitely still in the kitchen. And he's taking some damage.
He's taking a lot of
He
damage.
is taking a lot of damage, but there's definitely a dog in the kid,
Oh my
and
goodness.
he is fighting hard.
Those strikes are coming
You
in
have to fight
now.
back. If you
They
don't
are
fight
beginning to
back,
land
it's
flush
coming.
and having more
have to fight back.
frequency. Ajunwa looks to be in trouble and it's all over. It is all over. Nworie has done it.
Oh, wow.
Showcasing his strength, his dominance, his power, and what a way.
Ajunwa just seemed to be fading with every hammer fist, you know. Every time one strike landed, he was in there initially, you know. I said there was a dog in the kid, he was fighting, he seemed to be in the game. Every time a hammer fist just landed.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
I was going to say what a way for this fight to end for Ajunwa. Not the debut he was looking for here in the African Knockout Championship. He ends in defeat as Emmanuel Nworie has gotten the victory tonight with via TKO, technical knockout. It was pretty evident once we got that first takedown that Nworie was the better fighter.
Well, Emmanuel really needed that win, and we can see in his corner there, he has machine gun shakes. So yeah, I'm sure this was the game plan from the start, because he started with the double legs very early in the round, and he got 3 takedowns, you know, ended up in side control, and it was working for him. The only time he was in a little bit of trouble was with the guillotine attempts from Ajunwa, but never really panned out for him.
Fantastic stuff. Hopefully we get more of this in the African Knockout Championship.
You can see the beautiful takedowns here. I think that was the 3rd takedown. And just with every hammer fist, Ajunwa just seemed to fade, and I think the referee had seen enough. The referee had seen enough. Very good performance from Emmanuel Nworie. And shortly, we will be going to the ring announcer, Emmanuel, for the results.
And ladies and gentlemen, after 4 minutes, 17 seconds of the first round, we have our winner by TKO, Emmanuel Nworie.
Emmanuel, this way, Emmanuel, right this way. First of all, congratulations on what was a perfect performance, very dominant. I have to ask you, how are you feeling right now? Because you just beat a fighter who was making his debut here in the African Knockout Championship, but you've been here before. How do you feel right now that you've gotten the victory this evening?
I'm so proud because I don't know how we reach here for the first time for winning a match like this. I'm so encouraged that next time I will do better than this. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm happy you've mentioned that next time you do better than this. Obviously, the lightweight division is pretty stacked. Who do you have your sights set on, perhaps, to test you and maybe push you even further in your next fight?
Yeah, I have Jubri. My next fight, I wish I will meet him. I will be so encouraged to go further for my MMA career. Thanks.
All right. Emmanuel, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together again for our winner tonight. Emmanuel, the walking machine, Nworie. Thank you so much.